Hello all, I'm Peter Courier driver, and today's video is on 5 sneaky ways to park, kind of 5, because let's face it, it's one of the things that in this job we probably face the most. Now, don't get me wrong, not always. Sometimes you might be in lovely scenic locations like this. You might rock up to somewhere like this, like a farm or a distribution centre with a nice large bit of concrete, and you pull in, there's your parcel, sir. 90% of the time, well, not 90% of the time, it depends what you are, but a lot of the time it's not like that. Particularly if you're doing the Amazon, the Hermes, the Parcel Force, you're going to be multi-drops, 150, 200, 100 drops a day, and it's going to be residential. It's going to be houses. Now, towns, you know, cities, all that kind of stuff. Sometimes it's not so bad. Sometimes, particularly if you're doing during the day, a lot of people are out, so the cars aren't there, it's a close, I can pull in, no one's going to mind, they know I'm in the van, they can see what it is, drop a few parcel, people understand it. Sometimes it's not. Sometimes 6 o'clock at night, you're doing a terraced house at 6 o'clock at night, you can't park, there's cars either side of the street, you've got nowhere to park. So, 5 sneaky ways of doing it. Number 1, hazards. Hazards are your friend. Hazard lights are supposed to be used if you've broken down, or if you're going down a motorway and all the traffic suddenly starts slowing down, stick your hazards on, tell everybody we're slowing down. What hazards also work very well is, A, if you're parking somewhere you're really not supposed to and you're going to be a couple of minutes, stick your hazards on, because that way the traffic warden might go, oh, there's a van, oh, he's got his hazards on, I'll give him a couple of minutes. He goes, sorry, gotta go, you know, that kind of thing. They're telling you that the fact that the hazard lights are blinking says that I haven't parked here for the day. I haven't parked here for 4 hours. I'm literally leaving it here while I quickly run this in and I'm running out again. It not necessarily will buy you time, but it might buy you time. Second time when hazards are really, really useful is, like I said before, if you've got a drop down in a terraced house in a street, what are you going to do? What if they're, you know, this is a block of terrace, a street. Sometimes you can't park 4 or 5 streets away, run the parcel in and run the parcel back. You're on a clock here. You've got to get it off. So what you do, down the middle of the street, you've got to drop at number 34. There's number 34. Stop dead. Hazards go on. And then you just do it as quickly as you possibly can. Get that parcel, get it on, knock on the door. There you go, love. There might be 2 or 3 cars behind you. On the whole, people are now very sympathetic. In the past, there'd have been the horn, mate, you can't park there. But now everybody gets stuff delivered all the time. They can't really toot their horn when they think, well, actually, if I do that, then I might not get my, you know, I might get the whisk that I need. I might not get the pack of cards or the records and stuff like that when I get home. Records, show me age there. So hazards are handy. Second tip, laminated signs. Now, what I've got in front of mine, I have got a piece of A4, which I've got on it, driver on delivery, and then my phone number. And also, because I actually do a lot of hospital deliveries, or I used to do a lot of hospital deliveries, on the flip side of it, it says on urgent medical delivery. I used to deliver kidney machines to hospitals from my mate Simple Brian, and with them you literally, hospitals, nowhere to park. You've got to move these machines. A lot of the time, you know, the hospital might be, it's UCL, it might be London. You've got to take these machines up to the 8th floor. These people need these machines because this is a life-saving thing, and there's nowhere to park. It's London, it's Whitechapel, it's Redroots. You can't park a mile away and wheel a £60,000 machine over kind of cobbles to people that are desperately waiting for it. I'd park in an ambulance bay. But I would put the sign up to say on urgent medical delivery. And the guy told me, he said, if you ever get a ticket, I'll pay it. And so the thing is, if we ever got a ticket, he'd appeal it. And he'd go, look, here's the invoice, here's the email, we were dropping off a kidney machine, there are no loading bays around there, what do you want me to do? And on the whole, you were covered. So the laminated sign with the number, that way you might get a phone call, mate, is this your van? Yeah, I'll be 2 minutes. It might save you, it might not. These things all help. Number 3, phone in. When I used to do the fridges, I used to drop a load of fridges out of Houston. What they would say to me is, if you got somewhere, because sometimes they were shops and they had to be on a red route or they had to be on a yellow line, you phone in. because these, I had to take them off on the tail lift, on the sack barrow, round the back of the shop to be delivered in. You couldn't get the van round the back. It was a narrow alleyway. They say if you phone in and you tell us where you are and there's nowhere to park and you get a ticket, we'll pay it. If you don't phone in, you get a ticket. You can't go, I've got a ticket, you've got to pay it. It's too late. But if you phone in, we'll get the authorisation. Problem with this is a bit of a pain, because that phone call can take 5 minutes. Hello, what job is it? Yes, I'll just look. Where are you? If you've got to drop 10, 12 fridges in a day, and you phone in every time, that phone call takes like 5-10 minutes, that's an extra hour, 2 hours you spent on the telephone. So you've got to be clever about that. Again, sometimes I very rarely would phone in because I was to and from, but you try and, as you get in the fridge around the corner, you're looking at the van, yeah, drop that one off, get it back. Phoning in, that can help you. Number 4, your friend the street warden. Now, if you're doing a regular multi-drop, you're doing your Amazon, that kind of stuff, you will find, if you've got a regular run that goes all the time, there'll be one guy in the street, might be an old guy, might be an old lady. Often they're retired, they're sitting at home, don't always get a lot of people to talk to. If you spend time, and I recommend you do this anyway, just make the world a better place. Spend 5-10 minutes, if you can, speaking to people, dropping the parcels off. Make sure daylighter makes their daylighter. What you'll also find is you might find Barry or George down that road. He's the one that you go, oh, George, I've got like half a dozen parcels for number 34. Don't worry, son, they're not in. I'll take them for her. They might even have a driveway. So it's like, next time you're here, I don't, just stick it in front of the driveway. I know where you are. They will take the parcels for you. You can park on their driveway. You can block their driveway. They'll let you do it. If they're your friend, if you make, you make friends, they will help you. So the street warden, you go, okay, well, that's that Terrace Road. That's very, very difficult. I'll bang the hazards on and I'll see if Barry can actually take 34, 40, 42. He'll take them in. And then when they get in from work, he'll go and see Susan. He'll go and see Michael. There's your parcels, guys. Everyone's a winner. Number 5, which is the Mickey Mouse one, don't do it. If you can't get it off, don't get it off. If they're saying, right, well, the only place I can actually deliver this cooker, because it's got to go through that door and it's got cobbles, it can't go out, is if I park on chevrons or if I park on next to this zebra crossing, say no. I'm not doing it. I could cause an accident. I could cause damage to myself. I could kill, I could cause someone going round me, run someone over on the zebra crossing, say no. So I'm ever so sorry, but you tell the people that have got this cooker, they've got to find another way around this. Because if you physically can't drop it, you physically can't drop it. You can only do the best that you can. So that's it. There's your 5 ideas. There's your hazards. There's your laminated sheet. There's the phone in and tell them. That way, if you get a ticket, you covered yourself. There's the street warden. And ultimately, if you can't do it, you can't do it. And also make sure, I must say this all the way along, you want a decent sat-nav so you're not messing around. So you want your Google and your Waze. And you also want a decent multi-drop app like Circuit, which will actually integrate with those things. Because at least then, you're not stopping somewhere that you don't, you're stopping somewhere you shouldn't to drop something off to realise you're in the wrong place in the first place, and then you're just making work for yourself. So hope this helps. Like I say, if you could subscribe, if you could big thumbs up, if you could do the bell, that's great. And there are more videos over on my channel, which is Pete the Courier Driver, also on YouTube, all designed to help you take care and take money.